What is up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Loverly Jotun. I think that in this episode, we gotta either go down and right or down and left. This guy looks a little bit more human, so I'm gonna go with him. The one over there has some kind of weird tyrannid thing going on, and so I don't know if I want to mess with mandibles right now. Or womandibles. I'm not really sure what sex that enemy is, but I'm sure we'll figure it out once we find several more runes. In the previous episode, we had almost gotten eaten by a giant ice worm, and then we had also eaten an apple right after that, or right before that. You gotta make sure you get your caloric content up if you're gonna be chased by Nordic dragons. And then we fought a big guy who was actually pretty clumsy, and he wasn't that hard of a boss. I got the feeling that maybe he was the first one you were supposed to do, and then I went in the wrong order.
Undir rótum Yggdrasils á brunnurinn hvergelfir uppsprettu sína. Af honum renna allar heimsins ár.
Oh, shit. Oh, that's not good. Okay, so that would be something. I had to move the mouse cursor. Don't worry about it, it's fine. So it looks like we've got points of interest here. So we slid down one, we slide to the right. Or we can go to the left, to the right, to the left. Either way, we're going to end up in the same spot, though. And then it looks like the rune is all the way at the end, so we're going to have to ride the slide down here. Although, how do we get back up? Do we get an ability that allows us to go back up? Because if you look at the right there, the chest piece has nothing connecting to it from top to bottom. Only things from... Huh. I guess we'll figure it out. I'm gonna go down and left. Yes, take me there, slidey beards. So from here, this will take us down... I don't feel like that one was as curvy as it was supposed to be, but I'm gonna take it for right now. This is gonna be the one that I don't think we can actually get to. Yeah, I think we probably get an ability... Yeah, that's not going to let us... I bet we get an ability somewhere in here that allows us to get to wherever we want to go. Or maybe there's like a rune buff or something. Oh, would you look at that? Oh, it takes you back up to the top. Okay, so this is going to be sort of an interesting exercise in figuring out what order I need to do things in. But now that we know that, is that activated forever? I mean, it's not that big of a deal to me. However, it means that... Oh. I played out a little differently than I expected. Oh, it goes under. You can see it on the map. Okay. So it goes under the other one. I thought that it connected, but in fact, it rolls underneath. And so there's a little bit of arbitrarium here that we have to deal with where... We got to figure out what goes under and what goes over. Gotcha. So we can slide to the right, then back to the left and restart if we wanted to. Huh. I wonder how we get that ability over there. So I think we're at the second one down now. I think. Oh, never mind. We're still at the first one. And so we would want to take this over here downwards if we can make it work. Oh, shit. Okay, so apparently we're having some kind of roof collapse. It's a little bit unpleasant. It's not... Oh, look at that right there. Huh. Wonder how we get to the statue. That guy looks badass, though. It's like a Viking Captain America, so we're just going to call him, like, Captain Iceland right now. That works. Captain Norway. And so coming down from right there is going to plant us one to the south. If we go off to the right, it'll take us quite a long way. This is like every 90s movie ever. You had to have at least one skateboarding and or snowboarding moment in every movie that involved a teenage kid. Every single one. Oh, look at that. I can control the character on this. I gotta surf with it. That's kind of cool. I never realized that on some of the earlier ones. There should be... You know, I'm not gonna stress about the collapse. Oh, look at that one. Damn. That one came in quick. That one got me lickety-splickety. Okay. So there should be a rune over here, right? There's eggs everywhere too, which I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing. I don't know if I have to activate these either. Wonder if I wait here for a minute. Oh, look at that. You can take yourself a quick upward shower. Whee! The fun of enemas. Yay! I feel clean. It's like going to the water park. No, it just looks like it takes you back to the beginning so that you can explore all the other options if you want to. So if we go south from here, there's no guarantee it actually connects to the one south of us. It may go underneath. I'm going to give it a go, though. Oh, look at that. It did. Okay, and it got us back to a Mimir well, so I'm going to use that power real quick. So now we got to decide where else we want to go. Let's use the Mimir well. And now that we have had the ocular stocular making us popular, I think we can decide where we want to go from here, which I think the only option available is southwards, so I figure I'll give that a go maybe. Looks like we got a little connector right here. Am I not on the one that I think I am? No, I'm totally on the one that I think I am. Sorry, I keep getting disoriented for some reason. Ha! That's cool. Shit. You can't really reduce your speed or anything like that, so you kind of just have to pick the best path and hope that it works out that way. We've lost a tiny bit of visibility right here. Oh shit, what is that? Also, what is it chewing on? Is it chewing on the roots of Yggdrasil? Like, what's going on? We made it nonetheless, so hooray for us, I suppose. The Rune of F.
Þú hefur fundið rúnina við rætur Yggdrasils. Haltu áfram að kanna svæðið eða snúðu aftur í Gonungagap.
So where does this one line you up with? Because I assume these all take you to... Oh, it lines up. Okay. That's what I was wondering. I bet you if we can get to the platform over there, it'll bump us up to one of these right here that normally seems like it's not going to be accessible. And so that probably took us back up to the Mimir well, maybe? Maybe not. Does this one have a rune on it? I'm trying to figure out where I am. One moment. Uno momento. So that'll take me back up, I think, to the one that has the Mimir well. See, this would have been the perfect point for like a 1980s style beat 'em up that took place like on an elevator, because every game had that. So maybe it didn't take me up to that one. Is there a rune over here? No rune. So it took me up to... It looks like maybe the Mimir well is just over here. Oh, shit. I don't do well during those phases. Yeah, get my bearings back real fast. Like any sort of machine that needs a bearing. There we go. So I got the Mimir well. With the Mimir well, I can go back up. Mimir well should take us back to this one over here. It's weird. Is this like a franchise? Like, do you sign up for that? Are these profitable? Like, how much does it cost to open up your own Mimir well? Because they're all over the place. So I assume there's some guy around here that like owns everything in the neighborhood. That takes us back up to here, which then... That actually didn't take us that high up. Yikes. That was a little bit too close for comfort. Oh, got hit by... Oh, ping-ponged. Alright. Well, if that took me back up, it probably took me to this one right here, which I can then take to the next one up, hopefully. Assuming this works, if I go to that one right here, is where I'm trying to get to, and then we go to there, then we go to there. Actually, no, we would drop. So this takes us to here, we go down to right there. And then we go down to right here, and maybe that puts us up at the barrier. Maybe. I mean, I can't guarantee it, but seems okay to me. And it's worth a try. And so on this one, we would choose the middle row. The middle would take us to there, and then we need the bottom right to get us to where we finally want to go. That's a trip when it goes underneath stuff like that. Flashbacks to Sonic the Hedgehog, which back in the day, when Sonic the Hedgehog could go upside down, it was the most incredible thing ever. It was like one of the first games that had like weird perspective in it. Hey, and it worked!
Lotnast vernd goðanna. Hillsi þér Heimdallur, sonur nýju mæðra, verndari bifrastar.
Oh, cool. So that's Heimdall's rune. Okay, that's pretty sweet. The only other thing that we would have to discover now is whether or not there's a tree around. And if there is a tree, I would virtually guarantee you it's on this island, because that's the only island that you can't get to except by that rune right there. So the goal would then be to go all the way back down to the bottom. Yeah, so let's go back down to the bottom. I don't think we have to go to the bottom, but I think we have to go to the bottom. I just want to make sure that we get all the health that we can, because everything in this game hits like a truck. And so if you don't provide yourself with health, that sucks that we're so close but so far away. That's brutal. But from right here, I think we can access it. Yeah, that'll be okay. So we just need to go down to the right for right now. Okay, so that puts us at the one that's lined up right there. Take this little guy right here.
I'm not little, I mean, volumetrically, I'm basically the same size as all the other roots that are around here. I don't know why you decided to single me out, but it's cool, I get it. I'm an easy target, I don't fight back. I guess you could say that you knew that I wouldn't, I don't know. I'm going for any kind of pun I could find here. I'm digging deep. I'm digging real deep. So that took us back up to here. We take this back up to here if we can. Wonder if you can get hit while you're on the elevator. I bet you can't. Okay, so that takes us up. And then we take the tile that's on the leftmost one over here. Studies in navigation with Splattercat. And if there's nothing up here. Ah, that's what I thought. Increase that health bar size a little bit further. So that gives us maybe 5 apples that we've picked up. How do you like them apples? I like them a lot. Time to go back to Gonungagap. I think we got everything from right there. Which means that the next part that we have to go after... You know, honestly, the guy that we're going to fight right here looks sort of like Heimdall, so I don't know. The statue look very similar. Be weird if we absorbed his powers. I do like that we have like a collection of oh shit buttons now that we can push when things go wrong. And so we got one last zone to go to before we'll be at our boss fight. Hopefully this one's a little bit less expansive than the last one, because that one took a bit to get around in. Took some maneuvering. Brokkr's Forge. In need of Veller.
Brokkr, leikinn handverksmaður af dvergakynni.
So what do I need from him? Or is he even here? Well, you can go up and to the right over here. Which I think is probably where we want to be. Where's the challenge on this map? Something bad's gonna happen. I know it. What is this, a dwarven city? I think it must be. Dwarves don't appear to be friendly. They appear to be pretty grumpy about the fact that I'm at least terrified. I mean, I'll take that, considering. It's like we got an apple up there, so maybe there are two. Who knows? Bet the dwarves do. Then the question I'm forced to ask myself is, how do we get at them apples? It's definitely on top of a building. Some kind of like jump pad or something. I see a rune over here, so let's go investigate that real quick. So maybe once I have the rune, it'll allow me to jump over there. Because it's got the same symbol as the rune that we're currently hunting down, so maybe once I have the rune, it'll activate, and it makes me like worthy or something like that. And then I can jump around a little bit and make this thing happen. I don't think the dwarves are going to bother us. So I'm just going to kind of hook my way around the dwarf version of the 80. Oh, shit. Why you gotta be like that, dwarves? Why you gotta be like that? Seems like a bad day to be a dwarf. Jesus. A dwarvish genocide we just committed. I'm not a bad person. I just want to walk through your city. This guy over here all lost. Remedial student at battle. Gold! I love gold. Nope, can't have the gold. It won't let me. Fine then, I want your gold anyways. So it looks like they run away until they pool up at another location. Then you gotta fight them all. Pretty quick, too. Spry. They are svelte for dwarves. Typically, I thought they got a dexterity minus, but hey, what do I know about anything? Oh, it appears as though the next person we're going to be up against is female. Couldn't tell from just the helmet portrait. Everybody kind of angle-jawed in this game. Oh, look, they got a dwarvish escalator over there. Oh, shit. Did you just try to belly bump me violently? What was that attack? And what level did you have to be to use it? Dwarves, I need you to weigh in on this. What level do you get a belly bump attack at? Apparently, a lower level than I get my axe skills at. I feel like an asshole right now. I really do. I just stormed through their town and whipped the shit out of everybody. And was just like, ah, well, deal with it, dwarves. I'm almost out of powers, so I think I'll probably refill. Oh, I can't get to the well either. Oh, well, I guess. That looks pretty impassable. Ugly impassable if you're not a fan of glowing crystal and rubble. Since we fought right there, this will take us back up onto the rooftops, and I think that's going to be the dwarvish escalator that I noticed. Downwards is where the rune is at, and so that's where I'm headed for, because we can't interact with any of this other stuff until we have the rune, and so... No jump-ins just yet over here. But if we can walk this catwalk, there we go. We can get to the Mimir well. Little labyrinthine. Don't really know where I'm going, but I'm sure we'll figure it out once we get there. All of our powers returned. Let's take a gander at this rune down here, because I think we can get our hands on it. This is probably going to be the busted-ass bridge that's on the map right there. And my hope is that we can just drop down off of it good. Sorry, dwarves. Shit's about to get real for all of you. Oh, there's a big one. Oh, they grow. Huh. Shit. They're everywhere. Did you just throw a hammer at me? See, now you can see this is what the game needed. Deep down inside, the game needed this the entire time. They needed to turn this into Dynasty Warriors Vikings. Wow. How many little bastards I gotta kill? Apparently a lot. Terrible day to be a dwarf. Where are all the dwarf women? I mean, I've heard Gimli's thesis on this, but... Wow. Someday I feel like this event is going to be mentioned on Wikipedia somewhere. The picture of my face looking all evil and shit. Damn. That dwarf whooping, though. It's okay, we'll just blame the elves. They always fall for that. I'm like, no, it wasn't us. The elves done it. The elves done it. And I think our runic reward is going to be all the way back over here. And then how we go back the way that we came, I suppose I'll have to sort out at some point, but a stairwell would be nice. I don't think that connects, though. The power of the half-twig.
Þú hefur fundið báðar rúnir fjár, hella jötunsinn sem situr í hásæti sínu. Haltu áfram að kanna svæðið eða snúðu aftur í Gonungagap.
I feel like I should probably come back in from the top. And maybe also not do this on camera because these levels are actually a little bit more expansive than the previous couple. Might bore people with my running around, and I'm trying to keep it to like 2 levels and a boss fight for every episode, but maybe I'll cut this one a little bit long. I got time. It's been a good day. I think we'll be alright. Man, the whooping that we have just like bestowed upon this place. They also don't have a lot of variation in hairstyles. For whatever reasons, all the dwarves seem to go to the exact same barber shop to get their hair did. Back up to the top. I'll probably just retrace my steps back to the beginning because I know there's an apple on this level, and I want it. I want it really, really badly. Fortunately, the Mimir well only works once, so no such luck right there. However, so the Mimir well's right there. The power is off on the other side. Let's just wander for a minute. I think this is going to be okay. Exploration does seem to be like a major component in this game where they want you to run around. And, oh, hey, what's up? More dwarves that want to hammer me. Oh, I can hit the axe back too? That's legit. That was the most amazing thing I've ever seen. That was like legit skill sets right there. Definitely failed that constitution check. Sorry, dwarfy. It's not that I hate you, it's that you're running at me with hammers. Like, no, we just really, really, really wanted to fix your house. We're just uber excited about home renovations. Hell is this?
Fæðingarstaður hinna öflugu Gungnir, Mjölnis og Gleipnis.
As I recall, Gungnir is Odin's spear. Mjolnir is a hammer forged from like a meteorite or something like that for Thor, and then the last one I'm not familiar with. Guess that solves that problem. Who's gonna make all of our badass legendary weapons now that we killed off all the short folk? I don't think we were thinking long term on this one. And again, I don't think the dwarves were really thinking when they ran up on me either. They were like, ah, giant red-haired lady, destroy her! Death to all gingers. Although there are ginger dwarves, so maybe that's not what it's about. It's down this way. What the hell is that? So what did that do? Does it stay lit? Okay, so it's like me, it stays lit. Let's go, and it probably lights up one of the pads that you jump off of, or it causes a bridge to extend or something. So now that we know how that mechanic works, I thought maybe if you just had the rune. Maybe it won't light up without the rune. I don't know anything. How do I get back down there? I don't remember. I get back down there somehow. I think it's a stairwell, and then I go back around and under or something. I'm a little bit concerned about wasting my powers right now. If you're wondering why I'm not speed walking everywhere, it's because you don't get your powers back when you go to Gonungagap. And so you kind of just have to function with what you have. And so since I'm already down a heal, that means we're going into the next boss fight with one less heal. We do have the shields, so that should help out a little bit. Shields and heals, they'll work. For right now, though, I think we're moving back up this central street right here. Was there anything back down and around here? Did I check that? More dwarves primed for the whooping. Didn't have their mithril on. That's what went wrong right there. Yep, there's nothing down there. Didn't have their mithril on. Well then. Since we're moving back this way, I think the highway was over here, right? What the... That's a big spear right there. That's a big spear. Somebody's compensating hard. Oh, that spear might belong to that Jotun over there. The one that I assume we're going to be up against in the next fight. Let me see, I think we should be roundabouts where the statue is. Doesn't appear to be anything right there. Man, gold mines inside your house. How dope would that be if you were a dwarf? Like, oh yeah, I got gold mines inside my... You ever think about the fact that dwarves aren't killed in cave-ins? Are they just like that good at building caves where they never cave in? Or are they just lucky, or is it because they're littler and so they're good at dodging? I don't really know. Got another rune right here. And lighten that up will give us some clue. Oh, we're way off. Okay. Because every time we add something new to the map, it tells me where we're at, so... Little bit of positional luck right there, and I stumbled across that completely on accident, so... Works for me, I guess. Can you go through the mine shaft? Oh, you can. Ha! Would you look at that? Oh, it's a decoy.
Mér hlotnast máttur blekkingarinnar. Heill sé þér Loki, góð hrekkja og svíksemi.
Sure. All the shvíkshvemi that we can manage. Sounds good to me. Sometimes you gotta shvíkshvemi. I don't make the rules. That's just the way she goes. It's just the way she goes, Rick. Let's find our way back to the highway. I think that's what we're missing right now. And if we go all the way back, maybe... I don't know how many of those sigils we have to open up to get to the apple on top of the roof. 4 of them are how many I have to find. On a fairly expensive landmass. Let me fiddle around with it. Okay, so I figured out where they all are. I'm going to show you on the map here. So at the moment, we're at this one right here on top of a building that's on this island. But in order to get to it, there's a little bit of a secret to it. So all of these ones are exactly where they are on the map. They're really easy to find. You just got the little dark areas are the upper floors, and the streets are the lighter areas. This one, however, is a trick. So I figured I'd show it to you real fast so that if people are losing their mind trying to figure out how to get a Thune's apple on this map, it's actually a little bit tricksy. So if you go down this way... There's a crack in this wall right here, but it's not broken like this when you come by. It just looks like the wall is cracked. You got to hit it with a strong attack, and when you use the strong attack, it'll actually get you to a Thune's apple. And so it'll take you to the final rune so that you can get a Thune's apple. And so let's run over and get that real quick. That actually took me about 10 minutes to find all the runes. The final one was the only one. The one that I just showed you was the only one that was actually troublesome by comparison to all the other ones, which were actually exactly where they lay on the map. You can just walk up and hit them real fast. I think a Thune's apple is this way. We got to go up some stairs over here, and then we'll be on top of it. But other than that, we'll be done here. We'll go back to Gonungagap, and it'll be time for our boss battle of the episode, which I think will be a lot of fun. Because I like the way this game's panning out. I noticed a lot of comments on the first couple episodes. People are like, boring. I think it's easy to become jaded and understimulated by things. I don't know. I find that people, unless there's like non-stop action all the time, and even I do it sometimes, but with this game, for some reason, I think it's because I'm interested in the subject matter. I actually like Norse mythology. So anyways, here's a Thune's apple. That'll give us another couple X's on our health bar there. And that one took a little bit more work than all of the previous ones, which essentially you could just walk up on. Let's go ahead and go back to Gonungagap real fast. And we got a boss fight to go after. So back inside the void. I think we should have our standard issue gateway over here, and it'll take us to our next big boss battle, which I think is actually one of the big attractive things about this game. If you like Dark Souls, but you wanted it with less mob grinding, more puzzles, and big bosses, I think it's actually got a lot more in common with Shadow of the Colossus, or maybe a little bit in common with Titan Souls, where you do a lot of puzzle gathering and kind of puzzle solving, and then after that, you fight a big boss at the end of each puzzle segment. I think you'll like the game. If you don't like puzzles, though, that's like 50% of the game, so you'll probably be a little bit bummed out. And a lot of it is actually finding your way through mazes and maps more than anything else. It's not even really puzzles or manipulation of objects, although maybe we did the puzzly places early and now I'm doing all the mappy places later. I don't really know. In we go. Let's see what she's got for us. Iron and Nidavellir. Oh, good. They've got a... There it is. Powers return. Even if we didn't need them. Let's find our way through here. The only boss so far that I thought was nasty was the lightning boss. Lightning boss took a little bit of doing because sometimes just due to visibility constraints you get nailed by the lightning because the ground was the same color as the lightning... I guess the lightning telegraph, the little white thing on the ground was the same color as the stuff you were dodging. Or, sorry, it was the same color as the background, so it was like, well, shit. We're about to fight a bunch of dwarves, aren't we? Okay, so let's give this another go. I think we got this locked down. I just need to... I beat her on my first attempt. So anyways, this is the first time you're going to see me attempting this. I won on my first attempt, but I killed her with the same move she killed me. And so both of our health bars are empty, and I guess it gave her the tip on that one, which was deeply upsetting. Why is everything activated by axe in a Viking world? I guess that makes sense. So this fight doesn't even begin until she's at 50% health. Like, don't even worry about anything until she's at 50% health. And that's for realsies. She mostly just wanders around and does nothing until she's at 50% health. And my suggestion would be, she spawns dwarves every time she does that. She also kills her own dwarves, so watch out for that as well. Mostly what you want to do is you want to follow behind her foot. And if you can make that happen, she'll turn around every now and again, but watch out, because when she puts the shield down to swing it again, you can run underneath her skirt right there. But sometimes when she lifts the shield, it pushes you back and you actually get knocked in front of her. So just be aware that there's kind of like a finesse to it. And I can't really describe how to do it aside from the fact that I just do it. Kind of like Nike, I guess. She's going to flip around right there. I'm going to continue swinging at the back of her heels as best as I can. And get the hell out of the way of that move. Gonna get hit by a dwarf. And there's the next mechanic. Okay, so now, every time she uses that, you're going to get run at by dwarves. When the dwarves run at you, she's going to throw a shield at them. And it can be a little bit sketchy. And sometimes she does that where she throws ahead of you. There's no way to tell where she's going to throw. Sometimes she throws way behind you. Sometimes she throws way ahead of you. And so if she, you know, there's no rhyme or reason to the way that she throws. And so I've had her throw like 40 feet behind me before. I've had her throw way in front of me before. It seems to line up with the front of her body, so just keep that in mind. And actually, this is a tough fight to DPS in. I haven't actually figured out how you get time to DPS in this fight. Because, see, that time she threw way off to the left. It's like, there's no... I think it has to do actually with her orientation on the map. Like, it might actually be the little marks that are on the ground. She'll kill a couple of her dwarves right there. But what you really don't want to happen is you don't want to get trapped in between her and a bunch of these angry little pricks right here, especially once they start throwing hammers. This actually can turn into a bit of a bullet hell if you're not careful about it. I'm going to big swing off right there. I haven't decided whether the little swings are the ones you want to go for or the big swings are the winners. No, there's a couple more dwarves down. So anyways, hands getting all sweaty. Trying to run around the bottom. When she gets to half health, that's when things get interesting. So if you feel like nothing good has happened yet, wait till she hits 50% health. I virtually assure you it's going to get super hectic. So all these little bastards are now going to run at me again. There we go. So yeah, I think she throws, you see the little directionals on the ground, the little radiation things? I think she throws based on those. Not totally sure just yet. The other suggestion that I would give you is only to use light attacks, because you can vary those quickly enough to actually like get out of the way of a hammer. There we go. So now we're in the second phase. And what, pray tell, do these pillars do? Well, you could think of these pillars as sort of like an aggro wipe. When she hits them or when you hit them, either person can activate them. They make stalactites fall from the ceiling that kill everything. And so you kind of got to watch out. They also hurt her, by the way. So, you know, if you're trying to get a little bit of DPS done, not a terrible decision to try and gravitate around the pillars. I personally would save them until a little bit later on. I'm actually going to get my decoy ready right now, too. Try and get under her skirt. I know normally that's a bit of an insult. So there's the decoy. You may have to do a little football play right here and just juke everybody. I didn't get quite as many dwarves as I would have liked it to. However, I need to clear her out of her zone of comfort. And until that's done, I can't really depend on getting much DPS finished off. So there goes another shield. I don't think it's too terrible of a choice to kill off some dwarfs when you get the chance. While you're running around, that'll buy us a little bit of time. Not much, but some. And you can actually get her to pretty low health just by destroying the towers. But that still leaves you on the back end of the fight, sort of like trying to finish off a little sliver or whatever. Let me see if I can get a shield out this way. I don't think she's going to throw it. Well, she might. But not in the... Oh, really? Okay, so that one, like I said, it's kind of unpredictable where she throws it. It's going to be really sort of difficult to iron that one out. You've never done the fight before. I would recommend not dodge rolling nonstop, because what can happen is you can get trapped up against a dwarf. And if that ends up happening, it can be problematic. Oh, good. She destroyed another pillar. And you get her to kill off. See, every time she slams now, she's getting more dwarves, though. So we sort of want to stay on this, I guess. And then if I could get maybe a speedy boost here, just to stay kind of out of the way. If I could get a good shield right there. I think we might also be able to finish the fight right here with a speedy boost. And so for that one, I can't see right now, which is also going to be troublesome. That's the other problem. I find that visibility is really bad during some of the boss fights. Like, really actually quite troublesome. Let me go ahead and use a heal real fast. Just in case I can't save myself. She may get killed by stalactites. But I think I got to give her the last kiss here. There it is. Down she goes. So she's defeated. One of the nastier boss fights. That's actually one of the ones that you start out thinking it's really easy, and then it'll surprise you on the second half. Looks like she's using a giant Chinese coin as a weapon. Like, you know those old Imperial Chinese... Those old Imperial Chinese coins. That's kind of what it reminds me of with the hole in the middle. That took me a couple attempts.
Að þeim örlaðaríka bardaga loknum tók ég við réttmætu hlutverki mínu í stað föður míns. Ásamt áhöfn minni sigldi ég höfin og við héldum áfram að færa ættbálki okkar velmegun. Lífið gekk sinn vanagang þar til rán, gyðja sjávarins, leysti ógnarkraft sinn úr viðjum gegn okkur. Sökti skipi okkar og myrti okkur öll. Ég sá alltaf fyrir mér að ég myndi láta lífið í bardaga, verði síðan boðin velkomin til Valhallar af valkyrjum Óðins. Í dauða mínum hefur mér verið gefið annað tækifæri. Í Gonungagapi hef ég sigrað jötnana. Ég mun yfirbuga síðasta óvininn og sanna mig enn og aftur. Ég heiti Thora og ég mun ekki missa móðinn frammi fyrir tröllvöxnum óvinnum mínum. Ég mun endurheimta heiður minn. Ég mun ávinna mér hylli goðana.
Alright, so that's going to be it for me. That's the next episode of Jotun. I will see you guys in future episodes. Hi do, and I will see you there.